Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport have loaned me this 2020 model of the AMG C43. I'm going to tell you what, we're going to do a quick exterior and interior tour of this model, but there's going to be a lot more time spent with just pure driving. I'm not even going to talk during the drive very much, at least, because this is a very, very high performance oriented car, a lot of horsepower. It's a pure driving experience. It's got wonderful exhaust notes to it, or a wonderful exhaust note, I should say. It just sounds unbelievable. So let's take a look at what's under the hood. The exterior color on this model is lunar blue metallic. It has saddle brown interior, but as you can see, we got a little bit of something different right here. I haven't seen this red part on the cover before over the dual turbochargers. This is a bi-turbo 3-liter V6, and I'll put all the performance numbers on the screen. Now, for those of you who watch me regularly and you maybe know something about these AMG models, tell me what's different about the front end of this particular model. There is something that's different. I want to see how many of you notice that. I have to tell you what, I am very impressed. You have the 19-inch 5-spoke AMG wheels. Of course, a lot of safety features here. I'll list everything on the screen. As you can see, you have turn signal indicators in the side view mirrors. They are power folding side view mirrors. And when you look at the door handles right here, you're going to see the contrast between the black, or the black down here, and the chrome up here. What that means is you touch the door handle, everything's going to automatically unlock. As I said, we're going to take it very quick on this. Now here on the rear, there is a nice diffuser back here. Not really big, but it's really the ideal size for this model. And you have exhaust finishers right there. The exhaust doesn't actually come out to the finishers, but that's not a big deal, as you'll find out later on. But I will tell you, right there in the middle is one of the ways you can open the rear trunk. As you can see, you do have a power rear trunk. Obviously, a lot of different ways to open that, including the sensor underneath the bumper right there, underneath the diffuser, I should say. And just to kind of show you what's in here, you've got a little storage bin right here that actually folds out, so you can put whatever you want to in there and keep it from sliding all over the trunk. Hard to do that with one hand, but that's okay. Actually, quite a bit of space there. You can lower your rear seats, and here's how you do that. Let me just show you while we're at it. I'll just do one side. So all you're going to do is pull on the handles right there, and you do not only have the ability, let's open the interior real quick. And all I've got to do is pull that down. Now you do notice right here, you also have a pass-through if you want to use it as such. There's a separate release on that area right there. So you can use that as a pass-through if you would like to. If you want to take your C43 skiing in the mountains or something like that. I'm going to put that down, that headrest down, so I can see a little bit better while I'm driving. Like I said, the power rear trunk, the trunk lid, including you can close it. You can either close it or you can close it and lock the interior doors at the same time. So let's take a look here in the rear seats. I've got all my stuff here on one side, but as you can see, you have dual air conditioning vents. Make sure I can get in here. The seats are kind of far back. Not a super duper spacious rear seat area, but not a bad thing necessarily. But I could sit back here and enjoy the ride for a while, especially with the panoramic sunroof. We've got half of it here, and of course half in the front. There is a little bit of a separation there. Not a big deal, but that's just the way this particular model is made. And of course you have the power shade to open and close depending on what you want to do with that. Of course you do have an armrest right here. There are concealed cup holders there. Let me get the other one to come out. And a little bit of storage inside as well if you want to take advantage of that. Door bins, all the regular stuff. And as you can see, I really like the way this interior looks. Let me open the front door and we'll take a little bit closer look at how that looks. very, very nice. All the materials are nice too. This isn't just cheap knockoff wood or anything like that. That's pretty solid. I don't know if it sounds as solid on the video as it does in person. Of course, you've got the AMG door sills right there. Now we'll hop in the front seat and take a look where at the rear, where the real business takes place. Of course, you do have seat memory right here. You've got 3 different settings for that. There's your seat adjustments. Tell me, guys, do you like that on the door panel as opposed to on the side of the seats like you have in most vehicles? Tell me what you think about that. Of course, you have heated seats, something we definitely don't need today. It is in the high 80s in Northwest Louisiana on October 21st. Shifter paddles, steering wheel mounted controls, everything you would expect here. Everything you can control, answer and hang up on phone calls, control the radio, all that good stuff. And of course, you got the little pads here that correspond to either side of the left-hand screen here for the dashboard, or the right-hand screen right here. I think that's a 10.25-inch screen, not a touch screen. You do have kind of the older version. It's not the MBUX, and I don't mean for that to sound bad, because it's not, but just something to be aware of. It's not really that hard to use. You can use the knob right here, or you can use the trackpad to navigate your way around depending on what you want to do. And the same thing applies here with the dashboard. You can hit the home button on the right-hand side and basically just work your way through navigation, radio, media, phone, whatever you want to do here, you can do. But this is, like I said, a true high-performance vehicle, and you do have all of the information right here in the center, things you really want to know about, horsepower, all that good stuff. And I don't know if you can see it well on the screen, but there's actually a checkered background on the instrument cluster right there. So a nice feature. You have dual zone climate control here, and just little one touch for different things you might want to do right here, whether it's media, radio, navigation, and we can hit that right there just so you can see it on the screen. And of course, you can hit the home button right there. The Bombay doors right here in the center. Of course, I've got some stuff in there. I don't know how well you can see it, but there are a couple of USB ports and a slot for a memory card right there. Actually very comfortable as an armrest, at least that's what I found as the driver. And of course, the center screen, not hard to navigate, actually very easy to use. If you've never used the touch screen here before, it's not a big deal. You've got dynamic select, of course. Depending on what changes you want to make, you can go in and look at engine data if you'd like to. Let's see what comes up there. I'll put that on the screen when we're out on our test drive in just a little while, but for the moment, we'll go back here. And of course, you have all the different features. You can go in and change your light settings if you want to. Consumption right there. Assistance if you need it. Voice settings. There's your operator's manual right there if you need to look through something or trying to figure out how to do something that maybe I didn't show in this video, because we're trying to keep it from being too terribly long. And of course, light settings, very, very easy. Your ambient lighting, you can go in and change that super, super easy, and you're just going to navigate by using the trackpad right there. And you can see what's going on right there on the screen. And of course, you can go over here and change the brightness if you'd like. Keep that nice and bright. And unfortunately, I don't really have the ability to show you much in here. I'll try and get you a good shot later on in the video after we finish our test drive. But I'm going to tell you what, I am really impressed with what I see right here. Got a small glove box there, but you know, this is really meant to be a high performance vehicle. So let's get out on the road and enjoy the high performance. All right, guys, before we get out on the road, I just want to show you, here's how you select your modes right here. This little toggle right here, and you have several different modes to choose from. We're in Sport Plus right now, but you have Sport Plus, Sport, you have Comfort, you have Individual, even Slippery if you need that, but we're going to go all the way back to Sport Plus. And of course, before we get out on the road, here is a little exhaust clip for you. Okay guys, like I said, I am mainly just going to let you listen. I forgot to change to the engine data screen on the center screen there, so hopefully that'll give you a little bit more of an enjoyable experience to see what's going on. guess I have to break my silence, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this test drive. I know I sure have. Now, just in the interest of fair reporting, obviously, this is a very enjoyable vehicle to drive. It does ride extremely well for being high performance. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it doesn't have a little bit of a stiff ride to it, especially in Sport Plus mode, but in comfort mode, it's super comfortable. I tell you what, Mercedes-Benz has done a fantastic job of giving owners a multitude of variety to choose from. And I don't know what the average owner is going to do. I know if I owned this car, if this became the vehicle visionary house car, which would sure be fun, that, I guarantee you, I would drive it hard. I would drive it the way it's meant to be driven. In fact, I heard a story from one of the salesmen at the dealership where somebody came in with an AMG vehicle and said, man, this thing's just not running right. And one of the mechanics looked at it and said, you're just not driving it hard enough. I would never hear that. I sure appreciate my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport for loaning me this awesome car for the day, and all of you for taking the time to watch. And as we head out, guys, let's make one more pull. Don't go anywhere just yet.